So hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for stopping by. If you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, please consider doing so now. You can hit the subscribe down in the bottom corner. It's free and it's really appreciated. So it's still winter out, so another video in the garage, lots of snow outside. I'm thinking next year I really need to invest in a fat bike because this winter's actually been pretty good for snow out there, and it would have been nice to get out there and ride. Maybe I can still get out there and borrow somebody's fat bike before all the snow goes away. So I'm excited today to showcase a brand new product from PNW Components. It's their new Rainier dropper post. It just got announced this week to the public, and I got an opportunity to check one out. So let's take a look at this super cool adjustable travel dropper. All right, so this is the box here for this new dropper. It's pretty cool. Like I said, it's an adjustable length dropper. So let's take a look at what's in the package here. So PNW, they like to be minimal with what they send. They don't like to send a lot of plastic with their products, so everything is mainly cardboard. So all we get in here is the dropper post and just a little, it's not even an instruction manual, it's just some information on, you can go to their website to download the instruction manual. It also does have a nice sticker in there, PNW sticker, and make sure when you do have this package, you don't throw it away before getting this little, there's a little black ball thing that goes on the end of your dropper post cable. So make sure you don't misplace that. I almost missed that it was in the package here. So make sure you don't lose that there. So, okay, it's super cool. Like I said, it is adjustable, but let's take a look first, I guess. Let's compare it size-wise to, I have a Bachelor dropper post that I've had since last year from PNW. So I just want to compare size-wise to this new, this is a 170 millimeter dropper that I got sent from them. So if we compare it to a 150 millimeter, this is a 150 millimeter dropper. This is the Bachelor dropper that I had before. But as you can see, for being a 170 millimeter dropper, the insertion length is minimally bigger. It's actually, if you look, if we line these up almost exactly, the length of the dropper, because they've actually made this part of the dropper, which is cool, the actual actuator part of the dropper, they've made smaller. So that allows them to have basically the overall length of the dropper be very similar to 150 millimeter dropper. So like I said, because you can see here, this is much bigger on the Bachelor from last year that I had. So going to a 170 with still about the same insertion length is pretty cool. But the really cool thing about this new Rainier dropper post is the adjustability of it. I always wanted to try a 170 dropper, but I was afraid that 170 might be too big for me. Running an extra large frame, I've kind of 150 has worked okay for me, but 170 seemed like it might be a little bit too much, and sort of nothing ever in between 170 or 150, so I always stayed with 150 and just brought it up a little bit out of the frame. But with this new 170 adjustable, it can adjust down to 140 in 5 millimeter increments. So I can go from 140 to 170 in 5 millimeter increments. So I can adjust this if I need to, you know, down to 160 or 165 or 155 or whatever. And it's super easy to do. So let's take a look at how easy it is to adjust this. So to adjust the travel on this, you basically just take the collar here and you just unscrew it. We just unscrew that there. It just unscrews. So you can do this on the trail, no tools necessary. You just unscrew this collar and then it slides up out of the way. And you can see here on the dropper, if I can focus on here, maybe zoom in a little bit and focus. You can see that there's markings. Right now it's at the 0 millimeters, which means it's at 170 full. And you can go in 5 millimeter increments all the way down to 30 millimeters less, so down to 140. And to do this, you just slide this plastic bushing up. Just kind of slide it up And then you can see on this side, there's a little notch. You can just slide it over. So let's say I want to go to -10, then you just slide that down into the, like so, and then you just screw this back down. So we've just lowered the post to 160. So let's go ahead, let's put this on the Cobain and check out how it works in practice on the bike. This post will end up on my Spartan, but it's not quite finished yet, so we'll get it on the Cobain and take a look at how this dropper works. And for all the people wondering about the Spartan, it is coming along. Just a couple little minor things that are setting back the complete build on it, but stay tuned. I'm hoping to have a video out later this week that will show the finished Spartan. So thank you for your patience. I know you guys are looking forward to seeing that bike, and I'm looking forward to getting it together. So just hold on just a little bit longer. Anyways, let's get back to taking a look at this dropper. I don't know about anybody else, but do you guys find putting saddles on bikes like one of the most tedious jobs ever when it comes to bikes? I hate these saddles. They're just a pain in the butt to get on. I don't know if I'm doing something completely wrong or if there's got to be a better way. Okay. That happens. Okay, so there is the dropper at 160 on the Cobain. Made it up nicely with the loam lever. See how that looks. The accusation on there looks nice. Comes up nice and quick, like so. If I take a look at this, now if I measure here, about there to there is 160 millimeters on the tape measure. And to adjust this basically on the trail, one thing they do say before you adjust it is to drop the post a little bit. You don't want to have it at full extension when you do the change here. It can be, they say it can be anywhere below maximum height. So we could put it up just a little bit. As long as it's not at maximum height all the way up, you can adjust this. So again, to adjust it, we're just going to screw this collar off. So we can just do this right out on the trail if you need to adjust the length of your dropper. So you just slide that up out of the way. So then you just slide this up here and I can put it back to 170. Here I just slid over 2 notches going from -10 to 0, which is the full 170. And just put this down and tighten it back up. So now we can put that up and it should be a full 170. So let's take a look at measuring tape, see if it is. And yeah, we're up to about 170 mark. So that's pretty cool with the new dropper from PNW, being able to adjust down to 140 to 170 millimeters of travel in 5 millimeter increments. So if you're like me and you're not sure a 170 might be too big for you, and a 150 you might have to run your seat post out a little bit further. So this gives you a good compromise. You can adjust between 140 and 170. The dropper works nice and smooth. It's got a sealed air cartridge, which is lighter than their previous models, and it's cheaper than their previous models. So it's a nice dropper post you can get. PNW Rainier dropper post, brand new this week. Check it out. It comes in, I think 150, 170, and 200 millimeter versions. So if you want a super long one, you can get the one that goes from 170 to 200 millimeters, or if you're on the shorter side and you want like 120 to 150, you can get the 150 one. So check it out on their website, pnwcomponents.com. Highly recommend you check it out. So hey guys, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for liking the channel, subscribe and all that. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider hitting the subscribe in the bottom corner down here. I really appreciate it. It's free. Lots of stuff coming up on the channel. Got the Da Vinci Spartan almost built. That's going to be hopefully later this week on the channel. A couple of the things I'm going to be doing, going down to Windrock and Bailey in the March 20th, 21st. So stay tuned for that. If you're in the area, come out to Bailey, Windrock. I'd love to ride with you. That's gonna be the christening for the Da Vinci Spartan. So stay tuned. And as always, keep your feet on the pedals.
Oh, shut your face, Toogy Howser.